My wife insisted our dream home be in her name only. When I refused, she threatened divorce. I called her bluff and uncovered a secret that destroyed everything. Hello, Reddit I plus here. I'm a 38-year-old man, and until 6 months ago, I thought I had the perfect marriage. My wife, 35, and I had been together for 11 years. We met when we were broke, struggling college graduates sharing instant noodles and dreaming about the future. For years, we talked about building our forever home, not buying one, building one. Every spare dollar went into that dream. Vacations were skipped, fancy cars were ignored, we worked overtime, we sacrificed. By last year, we finally had enough money saved. The land was purchased, the architect was hired, blueprints were finalized. We spent countless nights arguing over kitchen layouts, bathroom tiles, and whether the living room should have a fireplace. I honestly thought those were going to be the biggest arguments we'd ever have. I was wrong. 3 months before construction was supposed to start, my wife sat me down after dinner. She looked nervous, the kind of nervous that instantly makes your stomach tighten. Then she said something that changed my life. I think the house should be in my name only. I laughed. Not because it was funny, because I genuinely thought she was joking. She wasn't. Her face remained completely serious. I asked her why. She took a deep breath. Just for security, I frowned. Security from who? She avoided eye contact. You never know what could happen in the future. I stared at her. You mean divorce? She shrugged. I guess. I felt like someone had punched me in the chest, everything we'd built together, everything we'd sacrificed for. And she wanted sole ownership. I asked if she was planning on leaving me. She immediately denied it, but her explanation made even less sense. She claimed she had seen too many messy divorces among coworkers and wanted protection. The thing was, over 80% of the money for that house came from me. Not because she didn't work. I simply earned significantly more, and I never once thought of keeping score. Until that moment. Over the next several weeks, the conversations became arguments. The arguments became fights. The fights became warfare. Every discussion ended the same way. She wanted complete ownership. I wanted equal ownership. Neither of us moved an inch. Then came the ultimatum. One Friday night, she slammed her wine glass onto the table so hard it cracked, and she said, "If you really love me, you'll do this." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I asked if she was seriously testing my love based on whether I'd hand over $1 million asset. She folded her arms. "If you won't, maybe we're not compatible." There it was. The threat. Divorce. Used like a weapon. Something broke inside me. I stopped arguing, stopped negotiating, stopped trying. The next morning, I contacted a lawyer. 3 days later, I sat her down. I told her I had made my decision. She smiled. Actually smiled. I think she believed she'd won. Then I told her I agreed. The house project was canceled, and I wanted a divorce. Her smile disappeared instantly. The color drained from her face. "What? You said maybe we aren't compatible." "I've been thinking about it." "You're right." She started crying immediately. She said I was overreacting, that I was being dramatic, that she never thought I'd actually leave. Funny how that works. People love ultimatums until someone accepts them. She moved out 2 weeks later. I thought that was the end. It wasn't. Not even close. Because after she moved out, something strange happened. A mutual friend called me. At first, he seemed uncomfortable, like he didn't know if he should say anything. Then he finally asked, "Did you know about the condo?" I had no idea what he was talking about. Apparently, 8 months earlier, my wife had secretly helped her younger brother buy an investment condo. The down payment? Over $120,000. Money that came directly from our joint savings account. Money I thought was sitting untouched for our house. I nearly dropped my phone. I immediately requested financial records. Sure enough, there it was, a series of transfers carefully disguised as renovation expenses and investment fees. I confronted her. At first she denied everything. Then she admitted it. Then she admitted something even worse. The plan had always been for her brother to transfer partial ownership of the condo to her later, essentially creating a hidden asset, an asset she never intended to tell me about. Suddenly, everything made sense. The house, the deed, the obsession with sole ownership, the divorce threats. She wasn't protecting herself. She was preparing for an exit strategy. I felt sick. For 11 years, I thought we were partners. Meanwhile, she was quietly building an escape plan behind my back. The divorce became ugly after that. Very ugly. Her family attacked me. Her brother called me selfish. Her mother claimed I was destroying the marriage over money. The irony was incredible. Nobody seemed concerned about the fact that she'd secretly moved 6 figures behind my back. Fortunately, the financial records didn't lie. The court saw everything. By the end, she walked away with far less than she'd expected. The hidden transfers came back to haunt her, and the condo became a major issue during settlement negotiations. The final hearing lasted less than an hour. Just like that, 11 years were over. That was 6 months ago. Today, I'm writing this from a small lakefront cabin I recently bought. No mansion, no dream house, no giant mortgage, just peace. I've started fishing, I sleep better, my blood pressure is lower, and for the first time in years, I don't feel like I'm carrying someone else's secrets. A few weeks ago, she emailed me. She said she missed me. She said she made mistakes. She said fear made her act irrationally. Then she asked if we could meet for coffee. I deleted the email. Not because I hate her, but because I finally realized something. Trust isn't destroyed in one big moment. It's destroyed by 1,000 small choices. The lies, the secrets, the manipulation, the ultimatums. By the time the truth finally comes out, the relationship is often already dead. Sometimes people think losing a marriage is the worst thing that can happen. For me, the worst thing would have been staying long enough to lose myself too. So Reddit I+. Was I wrong for calling her bluff and ending the marriage the moment she tried to force me into signing away our dream home? Or was the house demand the red flag that saved me from an even bigger disaster later on?